Journal 4, Study Skills Memorization. What happened? Because I'm an auditory learner, I need to have a very good memory. I also need to find ways to improve my attention when listening to educational documents. How does this make me feel? It makes me feel like I have room for improvement, but that it is not impossible. Are other students affected by this? Each of us learns in a different way. Some are visual learners, while others are auditory learners. So, among the students, I'm sure there would be auditory learners as well. Is there a theory I can apply to this? There is not a theory that I know of. What can I do differently? No, what can I learn from this? I have learned that there is a forgetting curve. If you learn something and you review it straight away, you will retain most of the information. While if you review it 20 minutes later, you will retain only 60% of that information. If you wait half an hour, you will only remember about half of that information. I have done an interpreting course, a course for interpreters before, and I have learned some memorization techniques. For example, one lady said that she goes to the movies and she remembers the commercials from the beginning of the movie. Another thing she did was try and remember details from each day and then remember them the following day. What could I do differently? I can try and repeat things right after hearing them, and this will also help me with my other work as well. I have done some interpreting work, and retaining everything can be quite challenging. Sometimes people can speak for 10 minutes and I have to remember what they say. I can also try and remember keywords while listening to something. For example, when I listened to the piece about the forgetting curve, I remembered straight away, you remember, but 20 minutes later, you lose 40%. Half an hour later, you lose half. A day after, you forget most, etc. What action could I take? I can try and find other people who are auditory learners or interpreters who need to use their memory. I can also practice watching television and remembering what I'm hearing from the television. When I do these YouTube videos, I also have to remember much of the information that I want to quote unquote write down, end quote. When will I take this action? Right now. I will take it starting from right now. And any other thoughts? I also learned that if you have some prior knowledge, it's much easier to remember information. Whereas if it's a new subject, it will be much harder. I try to listen to many podcasts and find information and talk to people about their jobs, about their experiences, so I will be able to retain new information more easily. End of Journal 4.